Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? We are back with episode 219. Let me make sure. 219, 218, something around there. Does anyone have the number on their head?
Nope.
221.
218, 218, 218. I'm joined by my co-host today.
What's up?
And we are fresh off the Monday night victory against the Colts. Now we're sitting at 4-7. First thoughts on the game. Any initial opinions?
This honestly looks like last week's first half, a little bit long. I mean, maybe in 3 quarters. I know the third quarter we looked terrible.
Oh my god, that fucking draw play, burn it. Actually, Benny Snell scored on that play at the end, but fuck, man. Running that shit on 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10. Holy fuck.
Dude, we ran it on second and 9 or 10 twice. I think we ran it on second and fucking 15. Like it wasn't even a good run. It was like through the middle with our dog shit line. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, like, as much as I want to say, yeah, this line on its best day is average, the run game has been kind of there, I guess, since the bye week, I'd say. You know what I mean? Overall,
Nice little run.
yeah, they I'm not gonna. It's gonna take a lot to change my opinion for them to say they're good, but they've been average, and Dan Moore is still gonna kill some drives here and there. That happened a lot in the first quarter, but overall, I mean, maybe I can't even say it's not because of Najee, because even Najee looked pretty solid on some run plays. They just got to call the right runs for Najee and for the other running backs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because Najee's just more downhill. But Snell, holy shit, he got his first carry of the fucking year, and it was like week 12, and he did pretty solid.
McFarland looked pretty good too.
McFarland did look good.
Is it just me, or we did not see like any McFarland in the fourth quarter?
No, we didn't.
It was only Snell, right? I thought McFarland did really well the whole game, and then we just stopped giving him carries after Najee went down, which made no sense. It looked like Snell became the featured back, but hey, he did pretty good. Interesting fact or stat: I saw every running back pretty much had at least 5 yards of carry besides Najee. I mean, that's only McFarland and Snell. I think Najee was right around like 3.5. But that's interesting. Just to leave you guys at that.
I mean, yeah, I honestly thought Snell and McFarland both looked better than Najee. Like they were breaking away for a little bit, for a lot more than
I thought
Najee
Snell
did.
almost broke one.
Yeah, he almost did.
Yeah. It'll be interesting though. Maybe Najee's out for this next game. I think we'll most likely get Warren back though. I'm gonna assume we don't have like a feature back if Najee's out, and we're just gonna continue to split these carries, and I'm down for it. Let's see what we got in these young running backs. Because the season's a wash. But let's see what we got here. Let's continue to get our O-line some work so we know which guys we're taking forward. But how about that catch from fucking Pickens down the sideline? I think that went for like 30 something yards. I think that was the one deep ball we did try this game, but I mean, it worked. You know what I mean?
I think we finally saw Pickens fucking like start being a number 1 wide receiver. I know it's kind of looking like we have 2 number 2s right now, just because I know Deontay doesn't really have that kind of. He doesn't look like that kind of wide receiver.
Yeah.
But we finally saw Pickens really come into that role a little bit more, and I think it's probably because Pickett and Pickens had a lot more time together in camp.
Their connection is really coming along. You really saw that on that 2-point play. Really just kind of broke down to a scramble drill, and then if you could see when the time Kenny releases that ball, Pickens is kind of like he's not open, and he knows he has to make a play on it. And Kenny just let it rip towards him. He threw a dart, and that was awesome. That was good to see. I'm glad he looks like a number 1 now.
Yeah, he just He looks the part and he plays the part. So
Yeah,
yeah, he's the number one now.
he's that guy. Even though Deontay had more targets than him, which honestly at this point it looks stupid if he does. But Deontay will come along hopefully eventually. I want to say that touchdown that was catchable for him, right?
Yeah, it looked more like a drop than anything. I think Deontay has been kind of weird the last couple weeks. So like the last couple weeks has been the first time our like passing offense looks decent, and then it's finally been like the first time we've seen Deontay like have a little bit of room to run, but he fucking keeps going sideways,
Oh, he
dude.
did
It's
that
pretty
again
frustrating.
this week, huh? That was terrible.
Yeah, I mean last week he went backwards, so sideways is an upgrade, I guess.
Like I swear, like Deontay could just fall forward after every catch and he could have more yards.
Yeah, he does too much after the catch. Honestly,
Yeah, but I feel like it used to work. Maybe his rookie year, second year, he had a lot more yards after the catch. I feel like maybe he was probably leading the league in yards after catch. And it's, I mean, the whole team. I mean, I know it's Canada's scheme, but the whole team, there's just no yards after catch here. And it doesn't help that we're throwing it short 80% of the time. But let's touch on this for a bit. Since the bye week here, we've played 3 games. Kenny's at a 63% completion percentage, 638 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks is the key here. 97 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, and a passer rating of 84.3%. Is he coming along finally?
Our passer ratings and percentages?
no.
No, it's not. Passer. Oh no, because this is passer rating the one that's like in the 150s.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. My bad. I added that on. That's besides the point here.
Is it though?
I don't know, man. Actually,
Is that a good stat now that it's in the 150 out of
I
150?
think that's pretty solid. I think like
It's decent. I think Russell Wilson's at like 30. So
yeah, I'll take it.
let's ride. Oh my god. But overall, I mean, people did say that this was his like best game, quote unquote. A lot of analysts, reporters, but I think that first half in the Bengals game is still better. I'm not saying that's peak Kenny, but it's the best version of Kenny we've seen so far.
I mean, I think a lot of people saw Kenny for the first time. Like I remember I saw Mike Thomas. Is that his name? Mike Thomas from the Cleveland Browns, like that old left guard that's trying to be relevant still.
Oh, Joe Thomas, yeah.
Oh, Joe Thomas, that's it. You see, he said that Kenny finally looked like the guy and that we should be gassed up. But he's also, he has a lot of hot takes about other bullshit. So I don't know whether to believe him or not.
I did see that actually too. But he did add something like before that. It was kind of like a backhanded compliment. He was basically saying you guys shouldn't be excited about this win, but you guys should be excited about Kenny. But overall, this was a pretty bad Colts team. And again, it shouldn't have been this close. That stupid kick return. The special teams is god awful for this team. I know I think the special teams always ranks like around the average, like around the league average, like the year in and year out. But there's some times where I'm just like, dude, that was the game right there. That was the Patriots game too. Remember Gunner muffed that shit? And yeah, to start the second half, I mean that's just what the Colts needed, especially for a team that has a good defense. So we weren't scoring on them. We were getting stuck with field goals. It literally took a touchdown and they're already back in it. It was 16-3 at halftime and they scored a touchdown. It's a 1-possession game. They even took the lead eventually. But let's go to the defensive side of the ball here. Not a lot to talk about because how bad the Colts offense is. What did you guys see?
Say JT fucking, I don't. He wasn't as scary as I thought. They didn't give him the ball as much as I thought they would. I definitely thought they would try to get him like 20 plus carries. He might have hit that, to be honest. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but it didn't feel like we got torn up in the run like I expected. I did kind of suck. I think we only had one sack, and that's with like a fully healthy fucking front four, and that's on the most immobile quarterback in the league, Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about that. I still don't think our defense is very good. Um, yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. This is a dog shit offense, and they still scored a decent amount of points on us, and they were able to stay in the game.
Good point.
Yeah, it seemed like the announcers were surprised that Taylor was not getting as many carries. So I don't know what they were trying to do.
I did feel like every time we'd get him at the line of scrimmage and he'd have 5 yards like somehow every time, and it was starting to get frustrating, especially during
Yeah.
that time in the game where you really felt the momentum swing in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I guess we contained them. I mean, we won the game. But yeah, we gotta talk about how bad we just look coming out of the second half every time on offense. We do pretty solid in our first drive. I don't know what the number is, but it looked like we've been starting to score more, at least field goals. But the second half, do we just get conservative? I mean, the past 2 weeks we've came out of the second half, or came out of halftime leading, and I don't know if we're just getting conservative here. We're running second and long draw plays. It's just, I mean, the only excuse I can name is Matt Canada.
It's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
How about how good that screen of Zach Gentry is?
Yeah, that's my favorite play in the playbook. We should just run it every time.
Gentry is probably slower than our fucking linemen.
Why don't we run those for Freiermuth?
How about we pitch it to him and let him throw it, because he's a converted quarterback. I'd rather see that.
It's a better play than the screen to him. There's just so many other guys he'd rather give a screen to, and he's the last one.
A screen to a running back actually did work this game.
Yeah,
That was nice.
If you want to run a tight end screen, you have Freiermuth and Hayward. Those are both
Connor
better.
is literally a fullback at heart, isn't he? Like, why can't we do that?
Yeah, but much more athletic guys with better options. So I don't know what the fuck he was doing with that kind of personal decision.
Yeah. There was another play too, where it was third down. I know for sure. I don't know how long it was, but some guy read off the personnel we had, and it was like, Gunnar Olszewski, Cody White, Benny Snell, Zach Gentry, and it was like they somehow converted this third down.
Did they run the ball?
I'm pretty sure we ran the ball. It might have been like a 3rd and 4, but it was like, Jesus Christ. Like, can it be more obvious that we're running the ball when we have Cody White and Gunnar out there?
I think Cody White's a signal. If he's on the field, it's a run.
But I think that's enough for this game. Good to get a win, an AFC win finally. But let's go to the Falcons here in Atlanta. Finally a 1 o'clock or 10 a.m. game. And we haven't had that in 2 weeks, whatever, right? Tell me about the Falcons, because I got no clue besides Mariota being their quarterback.
All right, here's the thing. Here's what I can tell you about the Falcons. Being me, that I am heavily invested in one fantasy league and listen to a fantasy podcast like no one else. I know everything about every team. The Falcons are fucking terrible.
Okay.
Mariota literally has nerve damage in his throwing arm.
What the fuck?
And he can't throw a catchable pass to save his life. They had one of the most talented tight ends in the league, and they could not get him the ball at all. So, and also that tight end Kyle Pitts is done for the season. We're not going to see him.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, and I mean they have a really good rookie wide receiver, Drake London, but again they can barely throw the ball because Mariota literally can't. But their run game is surprisingly that's all they have actually. I think they're attempting more runs per game than any team in the last 15 years or something. That's how data, or I think it's more extreme than that. I think it's more like 50 years. That's how little they're passing the ball and how much they're running it. And Cordero Patterson's obviously a beast. He's a huge motherfucker. He's fast. He's gonna be scary. he's gonna be tough to go against because they're gonna just rush it like crazy. They're gonna run it like crazy, and sadly, our defense is like gonna get
Oh wow, I'm
it.
looking at 29 carries last game compared to 25 pass attempts. Okay, and that's against the Commanders.
And 25 is a lot for them, dude.
Okay. How about the defense? Because I know everyone at this point is just looking for the growth and development of Kenny Pickett.
Defense is terrible.
The Colts defense, I saw a stat, they were top 10, and you were pointing that out last week that they were a solid defense.
Falcons
So to
defense is
continue to move the
terrible,
ball
so
is pretty impressive, but the Falcons defense is terrible.
yeah, we should be able to make moves there. I mean, I'm like in my head, I'm kind of worried because it's like, okay, our defense is terrible against the run, and this is like a really good running team, or else they wouldn't have any wins at all. But I mean, it's up to us. Like, can we beat their defense enough to win? I think we should be able to do that too, which is pretty sad. I'm looking at tank this season, to be honest.
Jonathan Taylor went 20 carries for 86 yards, 4.3 average, and a touchdown. Okay. I think with that information, I'm ready to make my prediction for the week. If Chewy could read me the odds.
All right, so we're actually favored in this game by 1 point.
Wait, are we really? Oh shit!
Are we in
It's
Pittsburgh?
Steelers -1. What the fuck?
Yeah, and the
I
over
have
under
never
is,
seen this.
the over under here is 43.
This is on the road too. Oh my
That's a
god,
high scoring
that's pretty high scoring for us, huh?
43. Yeah, I mean, and that's
Did
like
we
a
go? We went over this week, didn't we? We had 24. They had 18 or 17. That's what 41.
41. Yeah, hit the
damn.
over,
So they think we're gonna win 22-21 then?
Shit.
something like that.
Would you take that?
Yeah, I would take that. So do you want me to go first? Or do you want to do it?
Yeah. Go first. All right, let's go. Score predictions. Steelers Falcons. Run it.
All right, this is gonna be our highest scoring game of the season. I think like 24 points.
If you don't count the last touchdown against the Bengals, yeah, I guess.
Oh, 30. I don't think we break there. Never mind, scratch that. I'm gonna say 27, and I'm gonna say Falcons probably like 21 or something.
Oof.
So I'm taking the over, I guess.
I'll go. Why not? I was thinking about this earlier this morning. We're averaging I want to say mid-20s since the bye week. We had 20 against the Saints, 30 against the Bengals, 24 against the Colts. I have a stick in right around the mid-20s. I'm gonna say 26 to 17, and we'll come out on top this week.
All right. I'm gonna go
How
at
do you
20. I'm gonna go 26 to 23. Steelers in overtime field goal to win it.
That's honestly the most like Mike Tomlin thing, especially a team like the Falcons. That honestly they're looking pretty bad this year.
Yeah, the Falcons are terrible.
One thing I am missing though is it would have been awesome to see Desmond Ridder go up against Kenny. The two quarterbacks in this draft class, this awful draft class.
Were we the ones gassing up Desmond Ridder?
I wasn't.
Or
Like,
who was that other guy that we were like gassing up for the 18th pick a long ass time ago?
Probably Willis, no?
No, not Willis.
Corral?
It was Chris Sims' top guy apparently, like back then.
Corral then, right?
Probably Corral.
He's
guy.
Rion's guy. Why is it my guy? I didn't think it was always Kenny Pickett. No, but Corral's like he got injured in the preseason, is out for the year.
Yeah, the Panthers.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be the Marcus Mariota versus Kenny Pickett show this Sunday. A game everyone had circled on their calendars.
Get to keep it going on.
But honestly, like for how much shit we were given this Colts game, it was a pretty entertaining game. Not gonna lie.
Second half
Yeah.
was.
I guess we'll play the little game we always play, and then we'll end the show here. I guess the one we always do is Kenny passing yards. He was like at 180, I think, this week. So we'll do 200. for this game? Over under.
Take the over.
Over. I'm
I'll
going
take the
over as well. Wait, what was that?
All
Trey?
over.
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 Would you do over 250?
No.
Oh damn.
I got 25. He hit 174 this week.
Dude,
Yeah.
the NFL
you-
NFL is trending in a weird direction where like linebackers are finally small enough, just because they have to be so good in pass protection that like big running backs are finally back in fashion. So people are just running like crazy now. Like this is the most running we've ever had in the NFL
I've heard.
in a decade.
Someone on TikTok was trying to say that the league is trending back towards a run first league, which I think it'll take a couple more years for that to happen, just because we have such electric quarterbacks in this league. But it's just that opened the door for a guy like Matt Canada. Would you say that? I mean, I don't know. I'm full of shit. That was a joke though. But yeah, that draw play is just gonna be a really good play in this next era of the league, this run first league that we're trending towards. That draw play, that draw play in the tight end screens. Let me tell you, jet sweeps. Whew, this
You might get a head
this
coaching
new
job.
era, you might get a head coaching job.
For a Pee-wee team, Dick. I don't know.
All right, let's do this. Since I'm gonna go ahead and say Najee's gonna be out this game, over under the running backs collectively, Jalen Warren, Benny Snell, McFarland, 170 over under.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's under.
You think under?
Yeah.
I was if you said 150, I was ready to be ballsy and say over, but I can't do 170.
Let me see what we had last night. Benny Snell 62, Najee 35, McFarland 30. Okay,
27.
that's barely a what? What is that?
127.
127. Yeah, then Kenny had 32 yards rushing too. Well, I said running backs together though, right? All right,
Yeah.
let's do 140 then.
I'll take the over.
I'll take under.
I'm gonna go under. I have a feeling we're gonna pass a lot this game. All right, Cordell Patterson is supposedly a really good return man, right?
He is
Oh, boy.
he's a great return man.
And he's like an all-time great return man.
So
He is
so
a really
Cordell
good
Patterson's a very elite return man, going up against a really terrible special teams unit in the Steelers. Does he break one this game?
No.
No, you know how fucking hard it is to break one. He already did it this year. It's over, dude.
Maybe next month.
What's the yardage total to break one over the 50?
A break one is score a touchdown.
Oh, then nah.
Nah. Any others?
Marcus Mariota pass attempts 15 over under.
Over. They're gonna be playing down.
You guys haven't seen the Falcons, man.
They're gonna be playing from behind. He's gonna throw it a lot.
They
a
play
lot,
from
man.
behind. No, they play from behind and still run this shit. It's crazy.
All right, I think we're good though. That was a few. Let's do defense one really quick. Minka. Nah, I don't want to say a pick because that's just too hard to predict.
I'll predict it.
All right, what's the one?
Mika gets one pick.
All right, yeah, he's gonna get a pick. Over under, he gets a pick. Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah.
All right,
5, but
let's wrap it up now though. Man, 5-7 sounds real good to me, but we'll leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in to the Steel Factory podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same hour. Peace out.